No, this isn't Scruff X. Coach. Dun, 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 dun. Ba-da, ba-da, ba-da. Ba-da, da, da, whoosh. Ba-da, 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 where's the mouse? There it is. We'll do a fade. Yeah, we'll do the fade. Do the fade, not the swipe. Oh my god. Oh god. What's up, everybody? With the fade, I'm Scruff Dog, and you're here. How is everybody doing? Let me go ahead and get that set up. Ankle is... it'll be alright. Happens every once in a while. I did a bunch of yard work yesterday. Everything was cool, chilled, sat down, watched TV for a little while, got up, ankle got dumb. It happens. It's a little better today, but I figured there's no point in risking going for a hike and walking far and stuff and then try to go to work tomorrow, which will be at Amazon, which means, like, no joke, I'll walk a minimum of 4 miles tomorrow because it's a really big place. So, anyway, welcome. Alright, let's see. Let's go through the usual spiel. If you're here just for the stream, or if you're new here, I usually BS with coffee, conversation, and cannabis for about the first 10 minutes, as opposed to just running like a long countdown timer and waiting for people. System specs are in the description, but they have changed a little bit. I figured since Kerbal is our main game we're playing now, I dropped from 4K to 1440p, and it is a frickin' brand new game, let me tell you. That helped so much. It's like a brand new game now. So we're going to stick with 1440. And so, what's up, everybody? Early crew is here. Joe Russ, Phil in the kitchen and gas masher. Mr. Egg Cake showed up early as well, or I guess we'll call him Mr. Tractor Cake. Queen of Fire, Liz Edwards is here as well. Welcome. Let's see, I thought I saw... oh, there's Rob. Rob Worrell. Somehow he still gets on the channel, even though we're doing our best to have him pretty much banned from the internet. Let's see, scrolling. Yeah, we'll do that. Coach Seagal is here, as I mentioned. He was giving me some tips on landers yesterday. Hopefully that'll help out. Hey, there's Lori21. Welcome to the stream. Tractor Cake, that would be cool. Mr. Tractor Cake. Alright, so let's see. I guess if you missed the midweek correction, the buggy that we landed last week was apparently roughly 600 meg error after it clipped out shortly after launch. As like it sprung out and clipped out and did, hey, there's Franco Walker. I was about to bring you up. Good timing. But just in case you missed the half episode, I actually had to rebuild the buggy. Well, redo the buggy, relaunch it, and get it back there. And of course, there was a glitch that happened, because that's what happens. So now the buggy is there with a Kerbal stuck on it because something glitched and they can't actually get out of the seat. So eventually, we're going to have to send a rescue mission, which will be ridiculous because, as Franco Walker pointed out, if the Kerbal can't get out of the seat, we're going to have to take the whole buggy. And getting off of Eve is already considered like the main boss of the game, so we'll see what happens. Besides that, today I guess we'll throw out some satellites. We'll drive the buggy around so you can actually see, you know, for yourself. And I already have our next mission planned. It's kind of a dual-stage mission. Part of it we'll discuss and we'll do our thing, and another it's going to be kind of a secret mission that we'll get into as the mission occurs. Hey, welcome to the stream, Lock Watcher. I guess let's do a toast and then we'll get underway. I think that's about it. See, 14.4, anything else? I think that's about it. Alright, let's do a toast. Cheers to you. Cheers to everybody watching. There's a toast to good people doing good things, bad people not doing bad things, everybody being groovy to each other. Cheers. And I'm going to also now grab some Jack Herrera. Oh yeah, I saw Joe Russ was talking about pizza earlier. And to you, Rob, cheers all, good health and prosperity. There's some Jack Herrera. I'm going to do a double cheers. This is getting kind of low. This is really good, for, like I said last week, this is really good for both physical and mental suffering, pain, whatever you want to call it. So, cheers, and then we'll get to Eve. Franco seems to be having a problem with the chat, with his eyes. Alright, where are we at here? Camera's in the way as usual. Oh crud. Hold on. Screen may get weird, I gotta scratch my head. Well, let's just get into the game and that'll be easier to flip back to switch the camera view. And fixed, sort of. That is correct. Nice job. Whoa, what are we doing? Why are we at the buggy? Why is the view all screwed up? As you can see, there's still some issues. As Tom Fell is having some issues. But this is the surface of Eve. We're really not all that close to an ocean, which kind of sucks. So but we may eventually try to drive to one. I'm also at some point going to figure out a way, even if it's just a crash, just to show you. But today we will also investigate. I'll probably fire one. Steering is really weird on these carts for some reason. It still does not work right. But, so, do I have to say Venus? I don't know if I said Venus, but yeah, Eve. As you can see, I'm going to hit left. Oh, okay. Well, at least, what just crashed? Okay. Did you hear that too? So, this is, where are we headed? Well, I can't really stop because I'm on a hill. We'll fall down. Let's get over this crest a little bit. Yeah, luckily the rocks don't clip yet. Let's go ahead and save. And if I just quick saved while we're moving, which means if I quick load, it'll probably explode. At Franco Walker had a weird thing earlier, like you've looked at some really bright type thing. So I know this. You can see the ground texture is glitching as well. It seemed most of the physics. Trying to turn left. Seems like most of the physics on Kerbal itself are pretty good. They're just having some struggles with a lot of the other celestial bodies. I'd like to try and get to the top of this hill, but I can't really. Oh yeah, it's like, oh, that's a freaking monster. That's a mountain. Where are we? Yeah, as long as we're still going straight. Which direction are... and I can't, if I flip to the map screen and back, it may also toss us. So let's just get up to a platform, well, a level playing field, I guess, and we'll kick the brakes on, and we'll see what's going on over our heads. There we go. It's like driving through San Francisco. Hill, flat, hill, flat, hill, flat. I don't think San Francisco's is glitchy, though. Alright, let's go ahead. Ooh, easy hair killer. Now let's see if everything's still glitched out. Oh, Tomfell can get out now. Why don't we do that while we have... maybe... okay. Isn't there a run button? Oh, shift. Wow! Oh, yeah, you can. I think that's a view thing. So, yeah, okay, Tomfell can get out, and the buggy is now glitched out. I am curious to see what our save game is going to look like now. No trams on Eve. Yeah, we haven't quite gotten to the, public transportation yet. But as opposed to getting into this thing and possibly being stuck again, I will stand in front of it though. So maybe it won't fall down that hill. And let's go ahead while we have the chance and say we made it to Eve. Hooray for glitch. Learn to, and the buggy is pushing us. Buggy be pushing. Pushing. It's a little awkward while we're moving. Can I, like, push it back? Can I run against it? Ding, 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 ding. Okay, will you stop moving? Nope. Alright, well, let's just do this real quick then. Alright, proof that we were here, and I guess our buggy will just go where it wants to go, and kick us around. Alright, so, well, that kind of helps a little bit if we ever get to Eve. We'll definitely leave this thing behind, and hopefully we can pick up Tomfell. Hey, while we're here. Easy, don't break the seal. Alright. Don't go in the water. Is it water? I don't know what is on Eve. It's water-ish. Is it? Alright, let's see. Where is... Oh! Oh no, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Let's control that, because I don't know what that is. This is... Ah, it's our satellites. Alright. Okay, so we are in our proper orbit. Let's turn RCS off. So, let's see, our periapsis is at about 65. That's a big old, that's a lot of Ks. Alright. So we are going to want to deploy at... well, I mean, we can deploy whenever we want, but we might as well do it at apoapsis. Let's go... Nice hydras on the buggy. Yes, I've been working on it, you know. Boop, 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 boop. I actually have an air system, an air ride system in my garage that I never installed on an old car of mine. Well, this is kind of a badass satellite when it's all together, even though it's 3. We'll launch this, we'll do our own space station one of these days too. Alright, let us get to where we're going. Let's see, that's where we were, this is where we're going, and we're just above the atmosphere, so we need to get to here. Burp. Whee! And that did not affect our periapsis. Good. We are 2 hours away. Okay, let's get a little closer. Da, 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 da. Franco, me drunk. Ugh. What piece of something else is around this? Oh, that's the mother dong. Okay. Let's double check that to make sure its orbit is safe. That's really far away. Okay. It made it a run circle around. It should be fine. All right, where are we at? 2 hours from apoapsis. We need to get closer. I like to do it like a few minutes away. Alright, what's going on, Andy P? Welcome to the stream. Alright, Eve's that way, so this one is behind us. Pull that up. We're close. Let's go ahead and quick save. It's saved without lagging the machine, so our save files are safe even with the glitchy buggy. That is good. I have found out that is one way if you hit quick save and there's like either a long stutter or like a little, it usually means your save game is starting to go or just has gone. Alright, we're 6 minutes out. That's good enough. 0 on the acquire. And let's undock and place our first satellite in orbit. Okay. I want to get away from that one. Alright. Not too far. Like, we need to be in similar orbits. I don't want to mess my orbit up too much. Alright, let's see where we are at. Let's turn RCS off. When you're positioning satellites, you kind of got to go back and forth because you don't want to waste your RCS on positioning the ship, because on a satellite this small, you can see it'll get there, like using just the reaction wheels. And I also usually put an extra reaction wheel on with the probe as well, just to help it position a little quicker. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. That's 2 batteries, mono. 2 more batteries. No, this actually doesn't have that. This only has its controller. But you don't want to waste your monopropellant, because your monopropellant on your RCS thrusters is your, basically, it is your rocket thrusters for this, just to set your orbit. As right now, as you can see, we are in an uneven orbit, and I want to get a nice round orbit around all this. That way you have like a communication hub, like bam, right there. Helps us talk to the lander as well. If we want to drive around and we're not, quote unquote, at home or in the area. What are we doing here? Okay, let's do that. Let's see. Doesn't really matter if we're facing retro or prograde when we're doing this, because the thrusters can fire in either direction. It is a little weird that it's pointing at the wrong ones. That's kind of concerning. Again, these probes are a little odd sometimes. Alright, we are 2 minutes out from apoapsis, so Let's see. We're going to be pushing out, so we need the, quote, bottom thruster here to fire. So let's give it a test tap. That's the one. Okay. Wow, and that already banged our periapsis out of whack because the side thruster's engaged, I guess. I don't know what's going on here, why this is not pointed in the right direction. I don't know if it's a glitch or something just weird with this core. But we will make do and see what we can sort out. Now our apoapsis is far away again. Let's get close. Get a little closer. Let's get down like close to 30 seconds. That way we don't push our apoapsis out too far in front of us. I'm also going to turn off SAS so it doesn't do any unnecessary corrections, and we'll see what happens. Wrong way. And it is, I think it's because we're at such an elongated orbit, it's going to keep pushing our apoapsis way. Wow. Okay. Well, let's just get back around to it. Looks like our satellites may have some orbiting issues. That one's getting a little crazy. We may want to go check on that one here shortly. Feel like they may be a little close to the atmosphere. I wonder if they're accidentally aerobraking. See what I can do with this. RCS off, retro. I have no idea. That's weird. But, alright. Let's see, get closer to Apo. Let's see what happens if I just go dead nuts on it. I mean, that's kind of what you're supposed to do, but there's such little thrust in this that, we're just going to have to deal with that. That's just because it's such a stretched out orbit. So we're going to have to stretch it, or we're going to have to circularize it as much as we can. And then we'll fix this and we'll get it back to 65, 66. As long as we're inside the sphere of influence, we're fine. We just got a whole lot to push out, as you can see. I wanted to do originally do a bit of a tighter orbit, but Gilly is... Man, that is a ridiculous amount that we're going to have to pull it. Wow. Because that's just pushing us way out too. Alright, let's check on some things. Let me make sure these are okay first. They are not. Okay, I'm glad I checked. This is under 90, which means it wants to crash. So let's not let that happen. See, like this one's pointing correct. Actually, you know what? Let's just hit it now. So our periapsis is too low. I think I'm going to swing us back around once we get all this straightened out. and put us at a slightly lower orbit. Because I think that's just a little excessive while we're still over. Let's go with that. Do you have multiple choices of fuel types? If that is regarded towards the game, yes, there are multiple fuel types and multiple engines that match those fuel types. And one of them, like the Xenon engine, uses, I think it's just methane or anything. Oh no, it uses xenon fuel, but a very, very, very tiny bit of xenon fuel and a whole lot of battery. Let's get our periapsis pushed out a little more. A little safer there. Alright, where is the mothership getting ready to crash? Where is the mothership? Did it already crash? Yeah, that's the buggy. I bet the mothership crashed. This is so bad at holding orbits. Okay, focus on it. Where? Oh, it is actually in there. Okay. Now let's go to control. Make sure the mothership still has a safe orbit, and it does. Okay. Alright. Let's go ahead. Get back to the satellite we are currently working on. Right here. Let's go ahead and save, and let's get this orbit tucked in. We do not need this orbit to be this far out for these satellites. See, I was trying to avoid that part of Gilly. But I think if we just stretch it out a little more, it'll be alright. And if not, then we'll send more satellites if they all end up crashing and burning. Yay! So, let's go here. Let's see if it actually goes. Look, is it? No, maybe. Kind of looks like it's doing what it needs to do. There's Big Purple. Yeah, what I'll end up doing is I'll just crash one of these into the atmosphere, and then we'll reload, and hopefully nothing will break. That way you can see, like, as you're going through the clouds and stuff, like in regular time, and not that fast forward thing I did the other day. Alright, let's see here. Let's tuck that apoapsis in by how much? Oop, wrong button. Where are we? I want it to be kind of... once that's circularized, it shouldn't mess with Gilly. I think right there? Maybe, where are we at? Let's do, let's cut it in half. We'll do 30,000 kilometers. Oop. And we'll tweak that out. That might work. That might be okay. So that means we'll have to push that out. That may actually cross directly into Gilly. I don't know. Let's find out. That's where we're going. So let's go here. Nope. Let's go here. Okay, well, we're at 25 minutes. Ooh, oops. Went a little past it, that's alright. Trying to push that periapsis out. I'm not just that much far past it. It really just is gonna, yeah, okay. Screwed the pooch on that one. Let's try again. Sorry. A little closer. Take your time. Even, okay, there it is. Alright, let's see what we can do to bring this up to 30. Once this thing sorts itself out. Alright, let's just do this. Let me get this thing settled in here a little bit. Yeah, getting satellites to like their proper round orbit can be a little bit of time-consumingness. Let's see how long this takes. Not too bad so far. Just never really thought about the fact that the more elongated your orbit is, the more of a pain in the ass it is to circularize. Hey Games and Rifleman, welcome to the super exciting stream. As you can see, we're just blowing off some steam right now. Alright, let us swing back around to our Apo. Just because it is a lot more efficient if you burn before as opposed to burning after. So sometimes like this, if you have a weak thruster, or in our case, just RCS thrusters, you may have to swing around a couple times to help circularize, which can be a little bit of a pain in the butt, but that's what you gotta do. That's what they do in real life too. They will do multiple quick burns on small thrusters. And they'll do that just to save weight, just so that they don't have to take such a heavy thruster with them to orbit. I'm going the right, I am going the right way. As you can see as we're going, I just keep pushing the apoapsis way out there. Is it that key that stops it? Oop. Gotta turn that off so you don't waste it while you're in the middle of time warp, because it will use them. It's also another thing, like once you've got a satellite in orbit, if you're worried about losing battery, just kind of get it sitting stable in orbit as far as like spinning around, and then just turn your SAS off, and then you won't waste battery. And it can have, you know, 100% of its power for communications. Well, this sucks. I think we'll probably just do this one, since this is like, I don't want to spend an entire episode here just blowing RCS. So we'll do this, and then we'll probably step back to the VAB to start our next mission. Well, I'll get this sorted. I'll crash another one. We'll reload. And then we'll probably just go to the VAB to start our next mission, because I don't know that we want to just stare at me doing this for the next episode and a half. Oh, fuck, I left RCS on. So I may do this, and then, like, you know, over the week I'll get the other two in position. Where is... There it is. Now let's get a little closer, so we don't push it out so hard when it's... The farther you are from apoapsis, when you do your burn, the more you affect and the more you push it out. I mean, we're getting there. We're going to have to do this, I guess, a couple more times. I guess we'll let this, we'll see where this ends up while we're doing it. Luckily, it's going up slower than our periapsis, so we will be able to catch up to it. I don't know why it's doing that. Like, I feel like it's still aiming towards grade, it's just not showing up right. Alright, let's see here. Turn that off, that on. I feel like I just tapped one, psst, and it pushed our apoapsis out by like an hour. Well, we're getting there. Maybe we'll shoot for 35K. It kind of seems like where we may end up being. And I'm definitely going to take mental note of this. If we cannot have, when setting satellites, you really cannot be that sharp. I mean, we're almost there, though. What you want to do is you want to get your AP and your P as even as possible, so that when you set up your other three, and like one here and one here, they all travel together, so that they always have line of sight with each other. But this one's just taking a while because it's so far out, and it just misses Gilly, so that's cool. So this should be a good. Ooh, it might come a little close over there. We have to pull that in just a little bit. Huh. You can see it's pretty close. We'll pull that in. Oh yeah, because that's... We had to pull that in now. Which is going to make that a little bit closer. You know what? We're just going to try to wedge this thing in about, let's say, 27. So let's see. Where are we? We're at our apoapsis. We want to push out some. Let's see, what do we have right now? Let's get lined up. Just because Gilly is on such a weird orbit, and that little ball is its a sphere of influence, and you can see it's going to be a little tight over there. And that's at 24,000, so that's no good. We should go to like 23 and park it. So, let's see. Turn that off, that on. Let's get our periapsis down to 23-ish. Good enough. And turn RCS off, that back on, that right there. Let's go to our periapsis. I feel like I'm doing... I always get the blue line frickin' confused. Oop. We're right. Okay. I forget, news in front of you, old's behind you. I gotta keep working that out in my head. I don't know why. Scruff Dog from Gasmasher. Can you do a small head to show the gimbal? Huh? Your cam is blocking the nav. Oh crap! I forgot to switch to small head. My bad. Shit. There we go. Sorry about that. Thank you. Yeah, seriously, you don't need to be... God, you've been doing all big mugging looking at me that whole time? Jesus. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's better. Whew. Sorry to have to torch you with that. Jesus. Alright, let's see if we can get this down to 23. Sorry about all that. Like, really, if something that bad, like, all caps, scream at me, you know, production failure, you know, something. Alright. here. Get a little closer. Make sure we're all lined up. Get down to 23-ish. Ah, that's working much better. Look at our periapsis. That's holding nice and still. Alright, let's just get one of them close. That's pretty close. It's blasting our periapsis, but we're at a point where we can now get it done. So let's circle back around. Get right to our apoapsis. RCS off, prograde. Still aiming in a weird spot, but it's correct as far as where it's actually aiming, so we'll just kind of roll with that. Alright, get everything lined up. This is all part of the fun of that, of trying to tweak an orbit. It does get kind of monotonous sometimes when you change one side and then you got to go to the other side and you got to come back to this side. It can get a little sometimes, but if you want to get it just right, this is the kind of crap you gotta do. We want it to be pretty close, I feel. That's why we'll just do this one and then we'll head back to the VAB and I'll take care of the other ones in time. Is that? It is varying on that. Maybe that is pointed, like actually where it thinks it is. Oh, wrong way. Get that AP back down a little bit. And hopefully one more swing out to the apoapsis and we'll be done with this shite. Everything else is holding its orbit, but see how we're off axis on that orbit? So I'm thinking this may actually be somewhat accurate. And it's just slowly pushing us off tilt, which is going to make things even more interesting for the satellites, but I guess we'll just deal with that. But see, like right now it's pointed correctly. I don't know what's going on here. Production failure or something. Yes, Mr. A-Cake. Laurie says, Scruff Dog Master wants to see a view from ahead looking back at the unit. From ahead looking back? You mean from this head looking at the back of my head? What? Okay, where are we here? Alright, hopefully this will pretty much be our last burn to deal with. That's pretty good. I think we can call that a 23 kilometer or 23,000 kilometer orbit. I don't think that little bit's going to matter too much, so we'll turn RCS off. Because with SAS, when it just uses the mechanical steering, all it does is just kind of move you where you are in your orbit. but when you use RCS, it's propelling you, so it's pushing you in and out of your orbit, and it will change your trajectory. That's one thing to just keep an eye on if you're using RCS on your ship, is make sure it is not throwing you off of your trajectory. Because if, like, you make, let's see, where's, yeah, okay, so, like, if you, alright, never mind. If you make a maneuver point on the other side of space, and then you orbit around with your RCS thrusters on, then it can change your entire orbit as you go around, and the maneuver point you planned will not be accurate. I guess we'll kind of put that as well with my awesome explanations. Alright, so we're going to call this a good orbit. We'll save that, and I'll go ahead and turn SAS off, because it doesn't, as you can see, it's holding fine, and it'll just kind of point in that direction and slowly spin as we go. Oh, what am I talking about going to the VAB? We gotta get the crew home. We still got the mothership out there somewhere. That's Tom Fell, default. There it is. Wow, totally forgot about that. Sometimes you learn from thrusting. Yeah. Boy, does that affect. Yeah, anyway. Alright, so we have to get Bob and Tim. Isn't someone else? Is Val here? No, it's just Bob and Tim. Alright, so we have to get them home. So we're going to deal with one of the glitches and current bugs is when you are exiting the sphere of influence, like that light line, that circle right there. That's like the gravitational influence kind of deal. Well, I guess it's not necessarily, well, it's a gravitational influence, and then you got the little line in there. I guess that's more of atmospheric. Oh, I gotta sort that out. But as you pop out of the sphere of influence with your trajectory, it comes out and it is completely wrong. Like, you think you're going in towards the sun, you may be going up towards nothing, or out towards, you know, Mars, or, well, Duna. So we're going to deal with that bug by just doing as little burn as possible to pop out of the sphere of influence, and then see where we are. But we're also going to have to correct our orbit to more of a 90-degree orbit so that we have like a equatorial orbit, so that we have a chance of popping out in the right direction. So let's do that first. We have to try to get there. Eve, we'll set that as our target. Where is our... There's one. Yeah, we are 127 degrees off of where we want to be. Toit. So let's create a maneuver point here. And which way are we going here? Not that way. A little much. Pull that back in. Yeah. Pull that in. How much? Okay, we're not horrible in fuel just yet. Set the other way. Pull it in. What's our periapsis doing? Oh, that's probably something ridiculous. Pull it up. Pull it in. That's going to burn most of our fuel. Let's do that burn, and we'll use the remaining, assuming this burn goes as it says it will, which is a whole other thing. Then we'll use the remaining to tweak it out. So let's go here. Let's go here. Point towards maneuver. Give it a second to pre-position itself. Seems like it is positioning itself just fine, so at least whatever control I have on here seems to be handling the weight of the rocket just fine. Alright. We are far away from our maneuver, so let's go ahead and let's find, where are we? Where's the planet? There it is. Alright. 24 minutes. Let this thing tweak its orbit, and we'll fast forward again. Aloha Edra. No idea who Edra is, but we sure do say aloha to him a lot in this game. RCS is on. Not sure if you need it right now, but you have less than a half a tank left. Yeah. Yeah, I've been watching that. Lucky on satellites, one of those one monopropellant tank seems to burn about half of it to get it into orbit. At one point I was considering using xenon, but the thruster's just kind of big. And then I'd have to, you know, actually move everywhere I want to fire with the whereas with the RCS I just hit a different button to change direction. You can't see the little thing that pops up here when it says it takes a screenshot. I guess that's the Steam overlay. Alright, so we have a 7-minute burn. I have kind of noticed that you can at least go up to 4x with the burns, and it stays sort of accurate. So we'll try to fast forward through this one and see what happens. See, our orbit is changing. My issue is that a lot of these complicated burns, it does not do like multiple directions at once. Like it won't do radio and prograde at once. It'll kind of just pick one and go. But this doesn't seem bad, except we'll see if this keeps tucking in, because it may be pulling too much retrograde right now. And that's not, I'm finding that's not a fault of the time warp, that's just, pardon me, it's just the nature of the game as it is right now. I'm going to grab some, what was this? Trainwreck. Trainwreck on the vape. Trainwreck's usually more of a indica, but this one is, they're calling it hybrid leaning indica, which is also fine. How much fuel do we got left? I want to kill that fuel when we're about between 350 and 400, depending on how this does with our orbit, which is not too bad right now. I am going to do a separate burn to fix the rest of it, though. Like, I think we're pretty good right there. Call that good. Oh, throttle locked. Alright, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Let's delete the maneuver. What is it? Oh, yeah. Periapsis is fine. That's fine. And we don't need to circularize our orbit. We just need to get it, you know, parallel. So they say the easiest way to fix your orbit is the farther away point. So let's go to the farther away point. Ooh, almost blasted by it. So I guess we're going to get this to 180 or 0. I think it rolls over, and I don't know why. That's just another glitch. All these twitchy things everywhere. Sorry about that. I cannot help with that. Whoop. There we go. That'll give us a nice even orbit with... Well, actually, you know, Eve is a little bit off, isn't it? That green line is... which one is... Hold on. Is Eve... Yeah, Eve is a little bit off of... That's alright. Where is... You know what? That'll be just fine. Let's rock and roll with that. Point towards target. RCS is off. Let this thing roll around a little bit. Seems like it's pretty happy where it is. What's up, mouse? This Cali Kush is making me want a train wreck as well. Nice. Alright, let's get off the fucking Twitch screen. Alright, we're going to do a fairly short burn here. Let's step it up a little bit. Close enough. Wow. Go orbital. Wow, look at that. It's just everywhere. I guess that's just stuck now. Neat. Alright, let's see if we can... Let's use the last... Oh, I don't know. How much... God, jeez, man. That is like headache-inducing almost. Alright. Let's see. How much... We have 4,000 Delta V with this big mother attached. So why don't we see if I have any remote control of the... I don't. These are 4 separate stages. And I do not have 4 separate radio on these. So let's use the last little bit of fuel in them to create a... crash landing for these boosters, and then we will get the hell out of here. And we'll just use our other stage to... God. Oh, I just fucked that up. Actually, that's fine. Let's just swing back around here. Alright, let's go retrograde. Let's get the hell out of this screen. We're going to burn until our, hopefully have enough so our periapsis goes, I'd say down to 60,000 meters. Because that will put the boosters well within the atmospheric influence of Eve, and we'll aero brake them, we'll speed brake them after a couple orbits, and they will crash and go by. Alright, so let's see, we are facing retrograde, we are approaching apoapsis. I mean, we can go ahead and start this now. So our goal here is to get our periapsis under 60, or close to, well, under 90,000 meters, close to 60, just to help them destroy themselves so that we do not have more space junk in space. Alright. Alright. Oh yeah, we're gonna have plenty. There is actually a limit that you can set for space debris before the game goes. You gotta do something about it. And the reason I'm not, actually, you know what? We're so far out, like, I don't have to worry about wasting too much fuel, so let's just put these on a direct course. And then, you know what? I wonder if, oh, it probably will not let us focus on them. so that we can watch them crash and burn. Well, let's see. So let's just, we can just send them, we got enough delta V, we can just send them straight in. That'll be just fine right there. And if we can't follow these in, we'll just do a quick save and then we'll just crash into Eve so you can see what it's like going through the atmosphere. Because going through the cloud and stuff is kind of cool. Mr. Egg Cake, is it meant to do that? Steven Seagal, I don't know, Mr. Egg Cake. Coach Seagal, my Xenon thrusters on my comp sets are tiny. They use 2% of the Xenon to get the override. Yeah, like it really uses almost no Xenon. It's just, I wish they had like radial engines would be nice for the Xenon, or just a very small engine, like extra small, extra small. What are we doing here? Okay, we are going to separate. Is that where we're at? That's where we're at. I don't know why it just did that. Alright, can we focus? We can. Alright. Can we focus back over here? Let's go prograde. We're going to end up burning almost right back into them. That should be fun. But I think we'll be able to focus on them to watch them crash and burn. But let's make sure we don't do the same. Let me quick save first. Alright, engine ignition, please. Let's get our PE close to 100. Oh wow, am I gonna just barely get through here? Nice. Alright. There we go. Alright, and I managed to hang on to this. Alright, so tube landers should be in a good safe orbit, and these should absolutely not be. So let's ride this on in and see what happens. If we're lucky, we'll get to the light side. We're not going to get to the light side, are we? Didn't think about that. Well, let's see what happens here. Well, we might get into the light side of it a little bit. Playing with fire. Yeah, we have absolutely no control of this. We're just going to watch it go. And if we had, I don't think, yeah, no vessel control here. If we had thermals in the game, we'd probably watch it just crash and just burn right into the atmosphere. It's weird how they all kind of spread out. But yeah, this is, there's a river. Atmosphere is grabbing us. So this isn't much different than like what happens with like regular boosters on our rockets. They spin around for a while and eventually they get caught in the atmosphere and do this. The difference is most of our rockets, you know, Earth actually has thermals, so it would just get heated up, and pretty much most things that re-enter are completely obliterated, burning up in the atmosphere. Here, we'll do that. We don't need to see technical stuff because there's nothing technical to control. But this is Eve and Eve's atmosphere. And if you can hear, like you can hear the aerodynamics, like you can hear the wind, and the wind does affect the rocket. It's just there's nothing to make it get hot yet. Like that's cool. The clouds are really cool on Eve. Big purple bollock. Refreshed my coffee, says Lockwatcher. Starbucks, not really, but feels appropriate. Coffee is a good thing. The solution that they have for me will burn me up on re-entry. we'll see what we can do. I think they're going for like the thick layered cloud effect here, and it works pretty good. The only really issue that gamers are so far a little, not really frustrated, but kind of frustrated about is it's kind of hard to tell where you're landing. Like right now I can see that looks like water, like it looks like we're around, it almost looks like the way the water is almost like a marshy, well, a low level land. I got something in my teeth. I was just watching Deadpool 2. I'm gonna kind of go over here. I think I got it. Oh, here we go. That's a good shot. All right. You can hear the music building up. Every planet has its music, own music. And certain situations have their own music as well. Let's see where we're at. 8,000 feet. Hopefully we won't land directly on top of our buggy. That would be funny though. Oh, it's a cool picture. So like this is like, remember, this is early and like these clouds already look wicked. So I cannot wait until like, not only is the game graphics updated, but then when the third party guys and gals and everyone start releasing aftermarket mods, like super high resolution that's optimized and all that good stuff. Hell, you can see where the holes come through the clouds, but it's a little jittery. Yeah, we are going real speed. But yeah, that's how you get here. Except normally you may have something to help you slow down a little bit. But not us. Bam! Full send. Alright, cool. Let's get back up top and get our people home. Where are we at here? Gonna find you out here. That was a weird noise. I don't know why map's not working. And is that it? That is it. Alright, where are we at here? Still have our twitchy orbit. That's great. We are in a safe orbit. Even better. Do these separate? No, the only separation we have... Oh, okay. That just... The whole lander comes off. Drop the tug. Well, our return... I guess we would just call it our... It doubles as a lander or a return stage. And we can always dock into it if we ever needed to. I forgot I put that in there. That is useful. Well, that's what we brought our stuff with us, our satellites with. But yeah, okay, blah, blah, blah. Let's get out of the influence and then actually set a proper course. Let's see. I know we're going to want to get tossed inside, I guess. And I don't know if we're at a good transfer going home window or not, but we have enough delta V, it shouldn't really matter. Boink. Alright. Well, it takes us out, and that's all I'm worried about right now. Wait, no, I want to go outwards. What happens if we put this over here? Thank you, Edra. That will accelerate us out through periapsis and supposedly do that for our orbit. The problem is we don't know if that's actually going to happen or not. So let's use as little fuel to give us that orbital line. And And then once we get out of this influence, we'll see what our orbit actually is, and we will correct. Because right now we're still able to get out, and we're not using a whole lot of fuel, and that's good. I think that's just because we're using the periapsis. We're basically using... Oop. Oh, crap, I just did that all wrong. Hold on, now I gotta start over. Damn it. I was pulling on... What's that, radial out? Normal. Okay, normal? Okay. Right, let's try this again. I'll do it right at periapsis. Just enough to get us out, which is hardly anything. Alright, we'll just go with that. 300 out of 4,000, that is plenty. Alright, let's just go ahead and get there. Let's see, RCS is turned off. We don't... Zonk. Okay, it says we are 2 minutes away. Oh, it's because we are heavily accelerating. See, it's if you can, you want to eject around your periapsis. Because that has the most energy to help slingshot you out. So you usually don't burn much fuel if you can do that. I mean, whatever you got to do to get to where you're going, but I'm finding, and it seems like ejecting right around your periapsis is where you'll get the most assistance for ejection. 99 pink arseholes. Okay. I wonder if Earth's music is Nina. 99 99 red balloons, 99 red baboons sitting in my living room. That one's Ed. No, that's Big Ned. I forget that song. It's a funny ass song. 99 red baboons. Alright, let's get ready to burn just enough to get us the hell out of influence and see what the hell actually goes on. I really wish, like, maybe we'll get lucky and this glitch will stay with Eve. As soon as we punch out, it'll be fine. That's good enough. Because it will change as soon as you get out. So just kind of get yourself going in the general direction, punch out of orbit, and then see what actually happens. Lost control, lost control. Okay, they're fine. They haven't blown up yet. Where are we at here? Yeah, let's get here. We were out of the sphere of influence. And let's see where we're at. Alright, we're not doing bad. That's close to where it said we would be. So, let's do a burn here that we'll use to correct our axis, orbital axis. I don't know, it's two big words that sound pretty good. Hold on. My package is ready for pickup from Amazon. Actually, my package is ready. Anyway. Let's see if we can do two things at once here. One, let's try to correct our access thing. You know what? Let's just do that right there, because they say the farther away you are, the better it is. Let's just go ahead and screw that all up. Alright, let's try that again, because I screwed that up. Alright, so they say you should fix your orbit axis, you know, this way, the farther away you are, but at one of the points is the best time to do it. So let's do that one again. If you're checking, we're looking at this number right here. That is the difference between your orbit and your target's orbit. We get that to 0 or 180. It's, you know, it's the same, basically the same thing. All right, so we'll correct our orbit there. Target. We don't need RCS at all for this. Let's go ahead and get there. That's all our satellites going in and out of whatever, doing their thing. All right, let's get a little closer. Don't be shy. This will be a 30-second burn. That's not bad. I've been using the keys for time warp lately. That helps. I just got to remember that I don't have to always back it down. I can just hit the question mark or slash key, and that will take it back to 1x. Are we burning? Yes. Okay. Just taking its time, that's all. Might as well get right here. Get as close as we can. Almost there. Blink. Alright, that'll work. I burned for like half a second too long. I think we'll be just fine. Alright, let's go to our periapsis and blow out our orbits. Let's just kind of zing one around. I think they're going to work on fixing that. How far away are we? Let's go ahead and get a little closer. The closer you are to your maneuver plan, the more accurate it will be once you finally get there, to kind of compensate what I was saying about drifting and everything, especially due to RCS. There's 5,000 shrimps in my ear. That's a rockin' ass song right there. Alright, so right about there. We'll go ahead and stretch it out. See what kind of intercepts we can find. That's not a bad orbit. I don't want to like elongate it too much because it just gets, that can kind of overly complicate things a little bit. So let's focus over here. No. This is going to be annoying, isn't it? No, I can't actually focus on that point. That's right. Derp. Alright, well, let's... Oh, man. Oh, no, okay. Sorry, had a little brain fart there. I'm thinking there's a planet there I'm trying to adjust. All I gotta do is click here and drag this way. My bad. I thought I saw something there. Alright, let's just kind of... Yeah, not really finding much, are we? Alright, let's go ahead and stretch it out a little bit then. Maybe we should just go ahead and do that. Not too much, though. Why don't we just, you know what, let's just move this around, because maybe popping out a periapsis really isn't a great intercept. So let's tuck this in a little bit more, save a little bit of fuel just in case it matters, and let's just move. Like, really? Oh, there's one that's vaguely kind of trying to get close. What happened? Right. Let's lock that there. Let's move over to here, click that, and click that. Click that. Thank you. Alright, let's see if we can, I know we can get that closer. Most likely have to do a correction burn. That was weird. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a correction burn. How close is that? Let's see. Let me tweak that again. As close as we can before it goes weird. Because then suddenly, no, it still says 80. Okay. And now we're off. This is annoying. This happens sometimes. We'll do another, we'll get as close as we can. Let's go 85. That's about as safe as we can go before it flips. I think. 87, okay. Let's do that. Let's get that initiated. Let's zing around to it to get that burn going, and then we'll do another correction burn. So let's set for target. And let's just go ahead and fling it around. Hooray for satellites. Does that on my personal playthrough as well. 2:30. Alright, we're doing pretty good on time here. What he said. Do-do-do-do. And it looks like that weird bug did stay with Eve. It's a 57-second burn. We can speed that up a little bit. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Come on, give me another intercept. Good enough. All right. Once you're this far away, if you actually make that intercept, then you're usually pretty good to just go ahead and stop your burn. See what you got going on and do any corrections on a separate burn. I'm going to try and correct this with RCS, because that's easy-ish if you're far enough away, and I do believe we are. So let's see what we can do here. See if this has, if we're far enough away for RCS to matter. That's not doing, well, that's doing a little bit. Didn't we do this with Venus, or with Eve? Yeah, you can see it's slowly moving. Let's see what the other ones do. See if we got one that can pick us up a little bit. Is that picking us up? That doesn't really seem like that's doing much either. Okay. Well, let's just do a, where are we? Alright, that's a single orb. That's, oh, that is kind of a weird double orbit thing. Where, oh, okay. Alright. Let's get it just a little bit closer. Now we're going to have to focus here. And what do we got? Oh, good. This is at an angle that makes grabbing the, like, impossible. Like, holy shit. Is it showing? Oh, yeah, it's there. Okay. Trying to grab the pro grade one. It's a little, I don't know what the hell I just touched. Doesn't seem like it was a horrible one to grab. Well, let's just try radial. That's actually not bad, okay. it's going to take it pretty far under. Oh, not too far under, but a northwest orbit is not optimal. Let's see where we're at here. This isn't bad. I can't get to... That's backwards. Which I guess that'll help us for speed braking. We're coming in anti-orbit. Ooh, easy killer. Not bad. Just want to try and get us... We'll do our best to land as close to Kerbin as we can, or the Kerbin Space Center as we can. What is our periapsis? It's just a jumbled mess. Alright, we'll call that good. That's pretty close. Alright, let's see. Set target, turn RCS off, because it's going to fuck everything up. Do I have any lights on this? Guess not. Even the crew light, cabin light's not even coming on, is it? No, that's weird. Alright. Set towards target, quick 1 second burn, that's always fun. Focus, there we go. Where is Kerbin? There is Kerbin. Focus. And we're going to watch the line as we get there. Whee! 2 minutes, make that 30 seconds. Grab some coffee, just about out. I got tea next to it. Now I am out of coffee. Pardon me. Alright. Be interesting to see how close to this gets. I'm just going to do a slow burn here. Whoa, that was a little much. We're definitely going to make it. Alright, let's do the opposite of whatever that is. Let's do RCS and hit reverse. See if that'll back that up enough. Yep, there we go. Nice, nice. Sweet. That'll bring us in pretty low. Let's see, let's delete that and see what our actual 92 kilometers. Nice. Why don't we, I've been trying to experiment with speed braking, like atmospheric braking. I kind of want to learn that before it catches me on fire. So why don't we see Kerbin's atmosphere kicks in at 70 kilometers. So why don't we try speed braking with it, and let's go to down into 47. I mean, it'll either speed brake us or we'll just land. Guess we'll see what happens. Save in the game. Oh, there are people still watching. Nice. Alright, let's see how we're doing over here. Turn RCS off, SAS on. Might as well go straight to retrograde, because that's what we're going to need once we get there. Boy, it is dark in there. Do they not even have lights in the... No, they do have... You can kind of see the lights come on. Alright. Alright, let's come on. Back. Let's get to where we're going. So you gotta watch, there's this double orbit thing going on, and if you click on the wrong one, And of course they always cross right there. Alright, let's just do some manual. Pretty sure this was the first pass, so this should be, yeah, it looks like we're going to intercept this time around. I am not going to fast forward anymore, because I will inevitably blow right past it. That's kind of what I do. I mean, it would probably slow us down, reaching, you know, a milestone marker. It usually slows you down with that approaching celestial body thing. But don't always count on it. Might get an Aloha Edra. Nope. Alright, we are in the sphere of influence. We are at, Periapsis is at speed break height. Lockwatcher says, yes, we're still here. Alright, can we see anything yet? No, there's Kerbal. That's probably the Mun. And I don't know where Minmus is, the other moon. Let's see, where is Minmus in relation to us right now? Oh, it is behind the Earth. So we probably will not be able to see that, because that means it is... if we spin around, that means Minmus is like right in there. Alright. Well, let's see, let's quick save again, and let's see what happens with my speed break situation. Whee! So we are speed braking. So apparently we should be able to watch our orbit starting to tighten itself up as we slow down, if I'm into the atmosphere enough. You can see it shows the periapsis is dropping because we are slowing down. I just don't think we speed broke. Use enough of the speed brake. Alright, so I guess next time I'll do 35,000. Because this is definitely not going to slow us down enough. So I will prepare to engage thrusters. Thrusters engaged. You can see our line is swinging around. Yoink. Alright. We'll go in, we'll put our apsis around 90. That'll be fine. We have plenty of delta V, so we'll just circularize our orbit just because we can. Sometimes it just makes things a little bit easier. That way you have that extra minute to think in case something gets wacky weird. Picky. That'll work. We're still actually dropping because we're still in the atmosphere. I'm going to go ahead and give us a little bit of thrust to counteract that. And also help get us out of the atmosphere quicker, since it's not really braking us enough, and now it's over braking us. This is going to be fun, actually, because we're going reverse orbit, so trying to land in the Space Center is going to be even weirder. Cool. Are we out of or we are not? Okay, let's do that. And that should be fine. Let's go ahead and skip to our apoapsis so we can bring the periapsis up and figure out our landing strategy. You know what? We should get our apoapsis over 118 so that we can do faster fast forwards as we're trying to plan our landing, because that gives us more, that unlocks more time warp, because this is somewhat uncalled for. Like, obviously I'm not going to crash. Can I have, there, thank you. Can I have that, please? Yes, here you go. Why, thank you, sir, or ma'am, or you. Alright. Glad I pushed that AP out a little bit. That helps just let us get to things faster. I'm looking like 100 different things right now. Alright. Let's get prograde. Bring our periapsis back up, and then we'll try to figure out what we're going to do with landing it as close as we can to the Space Center. Good. Okay, and let's go ahead and, is that the direction I want to go? Probably not. Nope, that is actually the wrong direction. I'm working on that, trying to figure out which way to burn the like correct orbits without like doing a maneuver node, just trying to sort that shit out myself. Seems like I get these backwards a lot. But that's fine. Then you just flip around and sort it out. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Alright, let's see, target. That's set to target. Let's see, when we get here, no, we need to burn that right about there. And the other way again. Yoink. There we go. Oh shit. How do we run out of fuel already? Ugh. Well, that's going to make it kind of hard to land. Okay, I guess we got to reload. Son of a bitch. I guess I should pay more attention than that. My bad. What? Okay, well, let's have some tea. Let's see when the last time I saved was. Okay. Alright, let's do this again. Sorry about that. I don't know how I missed that. But I guess while we're here, why don't we go retro? Why don't we go ahead and try this air braking thing, or atmospheric braking thing again. Let's bring it in to 35. Alright. We have plenty of delta V. Alright. Let's try that, and let's go ahead and get down here. Let's go time warp to here. Whee! Alright, and make sure we are set for retrograde, because we may need to burn retro. Or we may need to burn fucking prograde, depending on if it's too much, but let's find out. Let's get it down to about 100, and we'll let it go so physics can take over. Alright, and let's see what happens. Once we pass 70, the braking begins, and that's when our periapsis start to just naturally drop. An easier way for safe entry is make a 100-kilometer circular entry on approach. This reduces your speed to 1,000 milliseconds than your. Yeah. I figured I'd try messing around with aero braking as well, just for some kicks. Now let's see if we can watch our orbit change. Not really yet, but our speed is not really slowing down too much yet. I think it's just because we are really just zinging in here from where we are. Like, I could probably dip way lower into the atmosphere. It would just be trading heat for speed, but since we don't have heat right now, but you know. It is, yeah, you can see the orbit moving. That's actually working pretty decent. Oh, look at that. That's cool. This is the first time I've actually done this successfully. I've never gone far enough into a plant or an atmosphere to make this actually work. Yoink! Look at that! Didn't even have to make a burn, and we should probably go prograde, or attempt to go prograde. As we may need to... No, we are past our periapsis. Apoapsis is still dropping. Okay, so I'm going to start aiming for 35 kilometers, give or take, and see what happens, because we're doing pretty good. RCS would have deorbited you with ease. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, no, I still got RCS and everything. I'm just trying all the different possible scenarios, like if I didn't have RCS. I have been using RCS a lot for trajectory adjustments, though, that's for sure. I mean, that's not bad right there. That's pretty good. Like, I'm definitely not going to have to burn prograde. Just kind of let it go. I was getting ready to burn to extend our orbit again, but that's not doing bad. Like, it'll stop. I mean, around 60,000, it seems like it really doesn't do a whole lot as far as braking goes. So, yeah, you can see the periapsis is slowing down slightly on its dropping. So we're being affected less and less by atmospheric braking. Yeah, look at that. It's the first time I've done that. We achieved orbit without a burn. Nice. Cheers, everybody. Have some tea. I mean, granted, this isn't a complete orbit, because I still would have to do a correction burn out here so that we don't just plow right into the atmosphere next time, but still, like, that's cool. I mean, when you ran out of fuel, oh, RCS would have worked. You did, oh, yeah, I know what you mean. I didn't think about that. Yeah. Gotcha. All right, let's go ahead and pull our apoapsis in, since we've escaped orbit. And I don't know that, yeah, we'll just get a nice tight orbit here. We'll keep it around, like before, around 120. And then we'll push our P back out, and then we'll see what we can do about landing at the Space Center. Because around 118 is when you gain 118 meters, or 118 kilometers. God damn. Give me a second here. At around 118,000 meters is when you get these extra 6 time warps. Which is helpful, because, you know, that way you're not sitting here for an hour trying to circle the planet, because that can get to be a bit much sometimes. Alright, let's go ahead and push our periapses out. We're burning a little early, but that's okay. So actually, it's pushing out pretty easily. We could get a little closer. Time is at 2:50. Alright, we're going to pretty much land, and that'll probably be about it for the stream. And then the next time, we will start on our next mission. Push that back out. So you know what? That's not bad. Why don't we put it right about there? And why don't we burn? I think it's this way. No, actually it's this way. Let's try to get this up. I think I need to burn down to do that. Let's see. Is that right? That's right. Alright, cool. Right, so Kerbin is rotating towards us. So we'll either... I think that's really too far. I don't think we are... I think Kerbin's that's going to be over here, because that's spinning pretty quick. Let's see here. Either way, we'll just land on this one. Where are we going here? Actually, we're orbiting much faster than the planet's spinning. So let's go back to prograde. Push out a little bit more. Because we're going to end up just having a back brake if we have... Yeah, we have a little bit of thrust. We'll have a little bit of delta V left to do like a back burn. Let's push that to about there. Alright, let's go ahead and fast forward. Use the keys. Oh, that's going to be pretty good. Let's see here. Let's do this. I think it's actually the other way I got to burn now, but let's try this one first. We are in the atmosphere, so caution. Alright, cool, perfect. Alright, let's go back to... I think we're going to probably stick to... Man, we are coming in hot. We may not make it. You know what? Now let's do that. Let's give ourselves a little bit more of a bump, because I don't think we're going to make it to the station. So let's go prograde real quick, give ourselves a little bit of an advantage. Let's just put it right on it, and then we'll end up over... Whoop. Okay, a little much. Then we'll end up doing a flyby on it, but we can speed brake. Hopefully. Here we go, folks. Let's see. Set up something for our next screen shot, well, thumbnail for our next video. Shame I didn't put any lights on here, but for now, I'm going to kind of go easy on the lights, just because of more parts, more work. Alright. Oh, we're still going to fall way short. Okay. Like, by a lot. Like, we may not have enough to pick us back up. Let's see here. Like, I would least like to land on land, so that's dropping quick through the atmosphere, so let's just push it way out there. And that's all our Delta V. Alright, good luck, folks. That's all we got. Going the correct way, like following Kerbin's orbit, I've been doing a little better than that. I can usually get... cheers, Rob. But I can usually get, like, within sight of the Space Center. But I guess not this time, huh? Nope. And I got RCS, but that's not going to do a whole lot for us, I wouldn't think. Yeah, we're just going to hit the water. That's fine. All right, well, SAS retrograde, since we will try to, nope, no retrograde, okay. What if we flip the other way? Huh? That way, nope. Right, we're kind of locked here. So we are just going to lawn dart in this mofo. But we have lots of parachutes, so I think we'll be okay. We're just going to hit the water. Like, there's the Space Center, there's the island that has like this tiny ass little runway on it. Kind of like that real life one. What is leaking? Why does it sound like RCS is on? Yeah, that's just the aerodynamic. I guess that's aerodynamic noises. Alright, well, this is the end of our, say, look at that. Sort of successful Eve exploration. We got some satellites there, we kind of got a buggy there, we kind of got someone stranded, and we got home. I mean, water landing is a good landing, but yeah, at least we're within sight of the space station, or space agency. Pop shoot here in a moment. Guess I can turn the thruster off. Does not seem to care. I mean, we are pretty aerodynamic still, until I pop these chutes anyway. Ground level, okay. Now let's do sea level because we're going towards the sea. Because sometimes this thing does like DJI does, ground level tells you what it is under the water. Oh crap. Forgot about that. Forgot that's really last second clutch move there. Oh, wow, okay. Forgot when that separates. Yeah, so this has its own set of chutes that we will pop now. Quick on the pause. Whew, okay, let's put play and then pop shoot. Shoo. Forgot I had it staged like that. Whew, okay, let's turn SAS on so these guys aren't. Is that going to pop? Pop shoot, pop shoot. Whew. All right. We even saved the budget on the lander. Phew. That was almost completely tragic. Hey, what's up, Osborne? The image implies that Earth is round. Dude, supposedly. I don't. That's the rumor anyway. Where's the other? There it is. Alright, we're about to complete this mission successfully. I mean, it's Bob and Tim, so, I mean, it pretty much tells you right there, we're good to go. Yeah, there's no boat here yet. Although, since they do have boats in this game, I kind of wonder if you can make one to just stick somewhere, if, like, you plan your trajectory well enough to know where to shove it. Yeah. See in me? I think you can. Yeah. Apparently, at some point, you will be able to play this first-person view. So that'll be cool. And eventually, the water physics will actually do something. So we can just turn that off. Well, it didn't give us a... Whoa, whoa. It's going to make recovery kind of difficult, isn't it? Okay, well, what's this? Oh, good. Let's go ahead and recover that. Successful recovery. Thank you. That was weird. Let's see if we can... Is this... Yes. We might as well recover this half as well. Because if we were playing like the sciencey version of the game, I think this would actually save us money. If you can get it to click. There we go. Oh, where was it? Come on. There we go. Where the hell are we? It must be like in the middle of the planet. Yep. Okay. Now it's got that weird stage separation bug. It's focused in the weird spot, but we can recover that half of the vehicle too. Maybe. Uh-oh. That was weird. Hey, okay, and that completed our flight. Okay, sweet, sweet. Our highest altitude was 13,000 million miles. Well, 13 billion miles. Yeah, that's a letter to home, you know what I'm saying? Well, let's close that. Let's see, where do we want to go? I guess, you know what, we can just... Is this moving, actually moving, or just is that an effect? No, it's actually an effect. Alright, everybody. Oh, next week, we will start on our dual... actually, no, I'm sorry, next stream. Next week might be a drone stream. We'll see what's going on. The week after that, the weekend of May 20th and 21st, I may not be streaming. Got some things to take care of. Maybe. Yeah. But I should be streaming next week. And we'll do either drone or KSP. So, let me go ahead. I'll go ahead and switch to big head here. If it'll let me. Oh, it did switch. It just, okay. Just click all the buttons and see what happens. I'm at the ocean. Alright, everybody. Burp. You can collect the landed vehicles from the tracking station, too. Yes. I do occasionally go into my save games and go, what the hell is that? And then just find a piece of something laying around and I'll recover it if it is able. Hopefully you won't land your drone like your Kerbals. Just once. And that wasn't my fault. That was... You can find that video on my channel. A drone in KSP2. Well, I mean, you kinda can. Right now I'd have to use like tiny little thrusters instead of props, but KSP1 has propellers as far as I know, so I tell you what, as soon as we are able to make anything that is propeller-like, I am making the Mars helicopter. That's not Perseverance. Perseverance is the rover, right? That's the Endurance, or is it the other? Oh, you'll tell me what it is. I forget. I'm backwards right now. But anyway, yeah. As soon as we can, as soon as we have access to propeller technology, then I will. And you're welcome, Lockwatcher, and you're welcome, Osborne. Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, as soon as we can do anything with propellers, I'm going to mess with that too. I was flying a plane around yesterday. We'll get to the plane stuff too. I'm getting not too bad at designing it. You just got to remember when you're going, you know, Mach 1.5, you can't just turn up or else you disintegrate, which happens a lot. So, yeah, I guess I will see everyone next week, and we will go from there. Again, thanks for stopping by. Have yourself a groovy rest of the weekend, and I will see everyone later. Oh, yeah, and if you didn't notice, I'm going to do like a little tutorial thing every once in a while. Someone made mention of it. So, yeah. Anyway, see y'all later. Thanks for stopping by. Be groovy. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, I gotta stop it over on this one. There we go. Let's see if I can get this timing a little bit better than last time. 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop.